Yeah, I think it's really good for the prospective student athletes. You know, we've got, and have had, like this spring, we've had a number of kids that come up, and that's on their dime, and so I think it's really good for the prospective student athlete, and we think it'll help us. I think that typically we don't use a lot of there's 56 official visits you can have. We don't use and never have here, and so I think we'll use more visits, but I think it's really good for the process. I think there'll be some that I think the unofficials will still take place because you got a chance to maybe hit a number of schools if it's a spring break or something, or summertime. But as far as how, I think it'll be a little bit harder or different for the prospective student athlete to pick those 5 visits he's going to take. I don't know. None of us know how it's going to impact it, but will kids maybe take fewer overall visits? Really don't know, and I think you probably won't really get a feel until you get an idea, but I think it'll probably take 3, 4, 5 years to figure out. I think the early signing's good. I think that it's and I was in favor of the June as well. If you had 3 signing periods, that one, I think it's when a kid's ready, his commitment can be real, and I think the offers that on our part that we give out, those have to be real, because a kid could take, if he's committed and you've offered, then that should be signable. And so I like that it puts validity to the 2 terms, offer and commitment. There's no doubt that there's some of that, and it is an unselfish group, but I think it's also a group that's capable of impacting the game. And there's production that has departed, and who's going to make up for that production? I hope it's a number of different position groups, and we feel like we've got good players there, and they're capable of impacting the game and producing in numbers. So, like it. They played a lot of football. Love the way they approach it and play and prepare, and I think they're capable of producing as well. It's not just a selflessness they got to play. They can have a little edge of selfishness, directly. Leon's he's a talented football player. I'm excited. I think he's finding a home, and there's a guy that's, you don't want unselfish, that will do anything for this team, and a guy that physically, I think, has a lot of talents to him, loves the game, and will do anything for this team. And when I think of Leon, I think there's a guy that can be, and for us to be as good as we can is a guy like what last year Moose did, and that's to play his best football his senior year. And Leon is definitely capable of making a big impact on this team. It's been fun to watch him. And it's not, he cares a ton about this team, and he will do whatever he can to help it. And I think this year, like I said, I think if we're going to be as good a team as we can be, Leon's a guy that he's one of those seniors that's got to play and is capable of, and feel confident that he'll play his best football. Right now, I think you would say that we'll have a number of guys playing there, and until they start to, one will maybe separate. But I think they've done a nice job of kind of continuing to grow this spring. It's been important for them, and it will be good to get Taiwan back. And you've got guys that played in games, but none of them have been in the role that really Corey was in, or even Dari.
Yeah.
And so they've got to take that step forward. But I would guess that it would be you'd see a lot of backs.